Hey guys, how you doing? This is Spirit Journey, and this is another lovely, lovely Saturday. Was it Saturday morning? I'm not sure what time it is right now. But yes, I'm out at the pier, and I just see those trees behind me. I was inspired to do this live stream when I saw these trees, these golden, golden trees. Aren't they beautiful? I hope you guys could hear me. Well, I'm with my pack. Let me show you my pack here. Hope I can twist it. Let's see. Okay. So my little pack here. Yeah. Hey Lily. Hey Lily. Labby boy. Yeah. Yeah. Let me turn it back. I'm gonna leave it out like this. See, I had this. I forgot to bring my ear set, and so I need to get my mouth near the speaker. Okay, so I really want you to hear what I'm going to be saying. Um, yeah, it's a beautiful day, and I wanted to share this moment with you guys. See this? This is beautiful. See, this is truth. Truth is those tangible things that you can see, feel, hear, touch, you know? And this is something that's worth fighting for. Those things, this beautiful land, you know? This is absolutely beautiful. But when I came out here with my little dogs, I started thinking about the many lies that are being taught about life. And these lies are being taught because they want to distract you from what's true. See these things here? It's simple. They're beautiful trees. This is fall. Okay? More beautiful, beautiful trees. The sky. The sun. Beautiful buildings. Beautiful water. Okay, beautiful water. But see, you have people, and I really hope you guys could hear me. See, if I turn the phone, I'm afraid that it'll mess up the reception. Well, I'm also inspired to share this video. A lot of planes, a lot of helicopters here. See that? Planes all over. Well, what I want to say, before I came down here, I just arrived here maybe 10 minutes ago or so, and I got someone wrote a comment on one of my videos. I did a video yesterday, like this one, just like a hello video, and I was just in the moment, and just thought to do a live stream. And the person says, Spirit Journey, did you know that you're an American Indian? So I responded, well, I got my DNA tested, and I am, according to the data, I am 53% African and 47% European. And what I know with what my parents look like, I know raised by my parents, and I know what my parents look like, and I know where their own parents are from. I'm a typical, what do you call it? Generationally mixed woman of Caribbean ancestry. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, my mouth is near the speaker, so I hope you guys could hear me. Yeah. So that's what I told the person. And see, there's nothing wrong being any race or any nationality. There's nothing wrong with anything like that. But I see here, living in the United States of America, sorry, the helicopters. Okay, I can't compete with that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, so I hope you fly name. Yeah, so I think this is a very important video I'm doing. See, I like being, yeah, hola, wake zone. Hope you are. Yeah. Okay, I couldn't read it fast enough. But yeah, what I really want to say is, see, you have people who want to entice and pull you away from your truth, your real truth, things that are tangible. You know what's tangible? DNA. Now, DNA, it cannot, it can prove a lot of things. It can prove who isn't your father, okay? It's a tool. It has its flaws. See, you only get with your genetics, you only get what you receive. Now, let's say something as simple as dimples. Okay, you get dimples. Now let's say one parent has dimples. It doesn't mean that you'll inherit that trait. Okay, because one parent has dimples. Or let's say one parent has freckles. Or one parent has green eyes. See, these are genetic traits. And some of those traits can be handed on to these children. Okay, so not everything you receive, but it still shows you what you did receive. Okay, and so you have people out there that like to deceive American blacks in particular. Okay, they don't like themselves. And yes, true, when I was a little girl, I hated myself. I hated my brown skin. I hated my big lips. I hated my big eyes. I hated my hair. I hated every aspect of me. And part also that reason why I hated myself was because I was molested as a child. And I believe that other traumas that happened to me, and a lot of those traumas I can't even remember. But it shaped the person that I was. But now as an adult, I understand certain things and learned to appreciate, yes, how you doing? I learned to appreciate me for what I am. I'm not here in this video. It's not about being a killjoy, to be a killjoy for blacks, other American blacks, or blacks from the West Indies, or blacks from, yeah, or blacks from Brazil, blacks in anywhere in the Americas, okay? It's not about being a killjoy and you want to believe something because see we're raised and born in the Americas to be ashamed of yourself. And so you have people from other countries and they may come to the US and they want to get a following. And they might say, hey, you know, you belong, and I might lose a lot of people here what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it again. Whatever what you are, and it's all good. There's no inferior person. Your genetics are your genetics. So embrace it. Embrace what you are, whatever what genes you receive. It's all good, no matter what your race is or anything like that. You are you. Okay? But you have people who want to exploit the way we feel about ourselves, our history. So they create histories. They say, oh, you know, If you're born on such and such island, or you're from a particular state in the US, you belong to this tribe of Israel. Okay? They want you to believe in the untangible. There's no way to prove that. But see these beautiful trees. See, I can prove this. These are beautiful trees and it's nice golden color. This is tangible. Okay? Those trees are tangible. You can touch it, see it. You can do the genetics of the tree to know the origins of the tree. Okay? So, people are giving false histories because they want you to believe in myths, things that trying to make you feel good based on things in the Bible that could just be, the Bible could be just earlier accounts of an earlier history. And I'm started to speculate that the Bible is a template of an earlier story, and it's passed on from different generations to indoctrinate, to have a population to believe in a particular origin. And then with that origin, rules, regulations according to them. You have people now saying, oh, I belong to this tribe of Israel. Okay? But are they? They have no proof. Yes, it's all about control. Thank you. Thank you, Pyramid. So it's all about control. And it's to have you go in a particular direction that they want you to be a part of. It's about control. Just look at Jim Jones. He was a religious leader. And who did he control? The predominant group that he had control were American blacks. He had some whites in there. But his primary target were American blacks. And they just followed along, and they moved to Guyana in South America, and then he killed them all. Okay? So it's like a romanticism that people, outsiders from our community, and then they want you to believe a story. They want to believe that they care about you. But in the end, like Jim Jones, and those of you who don't know Jim Jones, just Google it, Jim Jones and Guyana, South America, and you'll see the whole tragedy. But you have now they're using the Hebrew Israelite thing, because they know a lot of us in the Americas are Christian. So let's use the Bible, since their program is the Bible. Let's make them think that they are people from the ancient tribe. Okay? And then the usury of the women. Now, you have people who all of a sudden, the men, they want to say that they can have more than one wife. Okay, that's the whole point. They want to form a new religion and then make an excuse how and why you can have all these wives. So you see, also in our community, black community, you have a lot of men who may be two-timing the woman, and the black woman in general has the highest HIV rate because the men are playing games, having multiple partners that she doesn't know about. Some of them do men and women. And so that's what's happening. People are lying. People are lying about relationships. They want you to believe their story. So they want to believe the story about that they're being monogamous. And even now that you are a particular ancient people, but now I have an excuse to do my bad boy thing or even a bad girl thing and have multiple partners. And then all the rules and regulations. Sorry, I'm not going to compete with that. So they have all these rules and regulations for people to follow. But ultimately, it's to benefit the person who made it up, who wants to control. Now, again, I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, but like you have some YouTubers, black YouTubers. Now, if you really watch and study their history, start studying the history of some of the people that are out there that's promoting certain things, where they're from. It's like they're trying to get an audience of the black mainstream people. Even though they're from some other place, they make up a story. I mean, maybe some of the stories that they say could be true, but it's to get an audience. I keep asking myself, why couldn't they do this in their own country? Get an audience there. But no, they come here, do their spiel, get a following, and then use all these things, these terms like, oh, so and so's a princess, and it seems like all these black people claim to be prince and princesses. So, okay, well, if you're a prince or princess, where is your domain that you control? These people who they're calling all these titles and stuff don't have a pot to piss in. But we're supposed to be impressed because they're supposed to be something, all these fancy terms. And you have also people in our community, they might even call themselves Dr. So-and-so, and they're not a doctor, and they're not healing anybody. And we're supposed to believe them and worship them of being valuable in our community. See, we make up names and stuff because we don't feel good about ourselves. What's true? What is true? That we're just regular people, like everybody else on this planet. Some of us are born with a gold spoon, but most of us are just wooden spoons, and it's okay to be a wooden spoon. Okay, but I think these titles and these alleged histories, it's all used to get a following, get your money ultimately, and control. I feel in a nutshell that's what it's all about. Like this one person is trying to convince people that they belong to this the black Hebrew Israelites. And the person just came out of nowhere with this. Now, earlier they said that they belonged to this Indian tribe and that they had their tribal ID card. And I believe the person, yeah. Looking at the person, yeah, I wouldn't, I don't contest that. But now all of a sudden they want you to believe that that wasn't enough, that he's a Native American membership card. I mean, that he has that. So now they're putting this Hebrew Israelite and that he got land. Now, initially, he said he's going to give out land to some of the ladies, his followers of YouTube. Okay, that sounds nice. Now, but in my mind, something is telling me that people should be careful. Now, why would a man feel like, I'm such a good guy, let me give some land out to a few downtrodden women, black women with kids, and I mean, the person could be really benevolent, but then if you follow along, now they're saying, oh, we're not going to be, I'm not going to sell any land. Now, what is an individual going to do with several thousand acres? Okay, well, you bought all this land. You can't manage 1,000 some odd plus acres. What are you going to do with it? Because initially the person wanted to form a place where all of us could live together as a community. Now, nothing wrong with that. Now, initially I thought, oh, wow, that sounds like a good idea. But now the individual seems to be, I don't know, um, different. I followed the person for, I watched his videos for 2 years, 2.5 years. And he seemed like a normal guy, and then all of a sudden, this radicalism, and one minute he's going to give out land, and then, oh, we're going to start a community. And then it turns out, okay, that it turns out he has more than one wife. Okay? So, now they're going to have, okay, he already shared that he has more than one wife. So wouldn't that lead some people to believe that if you got two, maybe you might get 3, 4, 10, 12? You know what I'm getting at? If you got all that land, you have over 1,000 acres of land. What are you going to use that land for? Who are you going to control? Why is he going to sell? See, it seems like it's a control thing that, see, if you just sold the land, I would think, okay, he bought the land and now he wants to sell it for profit, which is fine, and sell it to other black people, black families. But he's now saying, I'm not going to give the deed. They're going to pay for the land, but I'm not going to give them the deed. Now, why would you do that? Why would you have all this land and have them live on it, but they don't get the deed? See, it's about control. And the more this person speaks, the more they're hanging themselves about possible intent. What is the intent? Why buy a whole lot of land that you cannot manage or do anything with, and then put the Hebrew Israelite and to bring on these people? But initially it's only women with children, no men. Why wouldn't you want to get husbands and wives with their kids, form this black community? But you only hear women and children. So women with children are vulnerable. Women with children get compromised sexually. And so you can control them, like Jim Jones. Again, I'm not implying that he's Jim Jones, but I'm just, as a reminder, what happened in history. History repeats itself. That's what I'm getting at. History can repeat itself. So again, you're told different flowery stories of an origin that you can't prove, that you from some tribe. There's a program that comes on television. I watch it on the internet. I don't have a TV, but I have the internet. And her name, she's a lawyer. Her name is Lauren. I forget the full name, but it's a paternity show. She's a lawyer, and she has couples that come on, people that come on, and people saying that person's the father of my kid, or vice versa. Okay? And so what do? They have to prove paternity. How do you prove paternity? A DNA test through, you do a swab, cheek swab, and they analyze the DNA. And they pretty much know and can exclude if someone is a parent or not. Okay? So, what's the point I was bringing out here? Okay, so just here, you have at times on the show, you have many showings, and you have the lady that's insisting that somebody is the father of their child or children. And sometimes she has two men there, and that one, they claim that one of two of them are the parent of the child. And then when they do the DNA findings, and in actuality, sometimes none of them are the father of that kid. This is modern day science. Modern day. This woman insisted, and she'll go all out of her way and say, "Oh, see this, they have the same features and this and that, and oh, I slept with so and so on this day. See, they're in the window period." And then when they do the test, that none of the guys that she has on are the parent of that kid. There's some of them that have more than 5 men being tested for possible father. Now this is an embarrassment. So you have women today that insist on now in essence you could say that that's a history of a possible paternity. See, communities are built by relationships and the parentage. And if you don't even got who the parent is of your child, how could you prove about what nationality and a lot of things like that? You know what I'm getting at? So you're going to know about what 12 tribe or what Indian tribe, and you don't even know who your father is? That woman can tell you anything. Yeah, and that's what also with one of the YouTubers that commented on a video of mine, that they were angry at. They said, you think like a white person, a whitey, and that don't try to prove this with logic and reason like some white person. That's what they said to me, something to those words. See, a lot of us don't like logic and reason behind it. Now that lady on that judge show with the paternity, she insisted, and logic and reason proved. Yeah, my battery's low, I see. So logic and reason proved that she don't know what she's talking about. And many women today are telling their children that they have a heritage on something that she knows is false. We are told, oh, grandma was an Indian. Well, DNA, and I was told the same thing about myself. That my one of my parents told me that they were told that they had a Native American grandparent. But I took the DNA test, and for your mother to be or grandmother to be Native American, it would be proven by her DNA, the mitochondrial DNA. My mitochondrial DNA is African and an old branch from Africa. I'm an L1 mitochondrial DNA. Okay, very African. So that means that so-called, in my case, would be my great-grandmother, was not Native American because she has an African DNA. And like many West Indian people, typical black-white mix like myself, are not Native American. And I proved it. And again, nothing wrong with being Native American. But I say, love yourself, love who you are. Okay? So we like to, some of these mothers, grandmothers, because they don't know who's going in their vagina, they have all these men going in their bodies, fucking everybody, and then you go on television, and then you get called out that none of those fathers are your kid. So you're embarrassed because you can't pinpoint who the father is, so you make up a history. Cut out the nonsense and start embracing things like these trees that is tangible. See how beautiful that I'm showing these trees because they're beautiful, it's tangible, it's truth. This water is truth. Okay? These trees are truth. They're beautiful. Okay? These are my dogs here. These are truth. Okay? So start embracing what is true. Leave out the lies. Have your ears open about these tricksters that come into your black community, want to teach you lies. Start just focusing on them. Focus, listen to them, and you're going to see the contradictions that they say about themselves. One minute they're Indian and now they're Hebrew Israelite. One minute they're gonna give away land to all these homeless, helpless women with children, but not have men, not have men in your community. Who the hell is going to dig the dirt and build the homes? Not no lady with kids. You need men. You're gonna start a community. You need men and women. But he never talks about that. And I'm concerned that whether he's going to try to do another. No, also, he's asking for money. First he says he's going to, your minimum deposit is like 500, but it doesn't guarantee you land. What kind of crap is that? It's not going to guarantee you him getting land. Just give a donation. Why would you want to give away $500 or more and you not get anything? Oh, well, you're supposed to just be helping us. See that? Money. And some of them are just trying to fleece you, take your money, give you a false history of your identity, and then also look who they're married to. So that's another thing that they avoid showing who his first wife is. All the women that he has children, adult children, and I think all of his children are from other than black. Okay, let me just put it that way. And his wife, she had come on the screen real briefly, and is not a black woman. So if he's going to get these black women to support him, to be in his community, I don't think any black American woman is going to want to submit to some white woman. It's foolishness. And he wants you to swallow it. Start asking questions. Start asking how come these wives, whatever, aren't on screen, aren't talking. Why is he hiding her? Because they know that many of us aren't going to tolerate it. Again, this is not an anti-white video. You marry who you feel like marrying. You love who you want to love. But just open your eyes and be aware. They're telling you black pride, but they don't have any black people that they're married to. Start asking questions. Why is that? You're good enough to have sex with but not marry? Ask yourself questions. Why is that? Save your money. Support yourself. And stop believing in lies. Love the person you see in the mirror. Love that person. Screw all this theology stuff in the Bible, this and that, all these mythologies. Love what you can prove, like these trees, like the person in the mirror, regardless of what your genetics are. Love the person in the mirror. Love your children and be honest with your children, okay? So that's all that I want to share right now. I thank you all for watching. Let's be quiet. My dog is acting up. Yeah. Yeah. Love the people. Love yourself. Love your pets. Love what you can prove. Not these phony Bible stories, phony heritage and lineage. It's all to manipulate so they can control you. Control yourself. That's my beef. Control yourself. Control yourself. Control yourself. Okay? So, I thank you all for listening, and I hope you guys could hear me. So, yes, enjoy the person in the mirror. Enjoy the ocean and the lakes and the rivers. That's what you should focus on, okay? So, this is Spirit Journey signing off, okay? Bye-bye.